Oh, hala! It's time! Duel! Sure. Help. Okay, I'm still frazzled. Okay, today I'm frazzled about some other things, but let me scroll on over. Oh, guys, there's a spider on the loose in my home. There's a spider on the loose. I tell you. I saw the silk. I saw the spider silk on my plant, and I am so worried. So worried. Charge him rent? I know, right? I wish. I wish to charge the spider rent. I would love to do that. But we are dueling the spider today. Well, I'm scared, okay, guys? I'm scared of two things. The first thing is I'm scared that the spider is gonna crawl into my PS5, which is right next to the plant. But also that might be a good thing because that means cockroaches won't be in there. But the other thing I'm worried about is that it's just gonna creep onto my desk or something while I'm streaming, and I'm just gonna actually, like, full on cry. Help. I'm scared. I'm so scared. You don't have a deck? Do I have a loaded deck? I have a few magic started decks. We can duel magic. Oh. I don't even know if my mic will catch my screaming because it's just gonna be so loud that it's gonna be like, oh, it's just background noise. Time to cut it. Yeah. That's me. The spider will pay rent entirely in bug corpses? Well, I guess if they eat all the bugs that are coming through the window. As long as okay. There's a fair. I'm a pretty fair landlord, okay? If I don't see my spider tenant crawling around, then it can do whatever it pleases. It can do whatever it pleases, but the moment I see you, you are going down the toilet drain. But yeah, today is white day. Today is also pie day. I don't have any pie. Kind of sad now. I don't have any pie. So frazzled. As long as it's not watching you change you're in the bathroom. I mean, yeah, that too. I don't know. Like, what does a spider even look at? It has like what? 8 eyes? 6 eyes? 6 eyes, 8 legs? What can it even look? Oh, yeah. Pira, thank you so much for the 50. Oh my gosh, no, the dodo thing is behind. Pira, thank you. Oh, and that means I need to activate. I need to activate the special move. All right, so the special reveal is today we're gonna have, because we reached the 5 streak for the daily donos. You get a thing, yeah, you get a thing. Hold on, let me unprivate it. I mean oh my gosh, we get a thing now. We do. At the, I think like near the end of the stream, I know I scheduled it for like 5 maybe. But basically, we're gonna have a mini unarchived karaoke acapella session. Yeah! It's gonna be a different stream so that I can make sure to like not not kill this VOD. Let me put it public first. But it should be available. We're gonna do a super mini. But thank you so much for the five days week. It's gonna be a couple of a cappella songs because a lot of the songs I know do not have usable instrumentals, and it's the most upsetting thing ever. And the ones that I can use probably will bonk me instantly if I play it. But I don't know. Nowadays, YouTube is pretty OP in identifying like just the melody of songs. It's kind of crazy. So we'll see what happens. But it's gonna be hopefully I can raid into it. I'm not too sure. But I had that ready. I didn't have it ready. Because I just have it in case we ever hit the 5 streak. I at least have what's it called? A thumbnail ready. So like it's not totally unplanned, guys. But yeah, we can hop on over after I cover hopefully a lot of the questions. If not, we can always do a second section. Holy. Second session. Oh my gosh. Words are too hard for me today. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for all of the submissions for the marshmallows, as well as like the comments in the community post. I've got a pretty a lot of like very interesting questions related to interesting topics. So huzzah! But what is today's stream? Today's stream is not about me ranting about what do we name? What do we name the spider? Carl? Name it Charlotte and ask her about its web. Charlotte Senpai is not a spider though. We can name them Carl. Carl Spider-san. It's not about complaining about my new tenant. It's about talking about what really makes a difference between indie content creation and corpo VTubing as a whole. And of course, I am a master of one slide, so we are gonna do it the Ran style in terms of PowerPoint presentation. But I have all of the marshmallows copy pasted in. Let me double check that there isn't any like new ones that are suddenly in. But welcome everyone. I'm ready. Are you guys ready? And if anyone has any like other questions or like related questions or not even related questions. Wait, there's a start Q&A here too. Wait. Does this? Hold on a minute. If I start a Q&A, if any like new questions come by and then like can people actually like comment their questions and put it in there, and then I can take a look at the Q&A. Oh my gosh. Technology. What the heck? Okay. Any questions about corpo VTubing? Submit them here. Heck yeah. Oh, perfect. Okay, and then it's like a separate category for me to check afterwards. We might not have time to go through all of the questions, but I will also like save those questions if we need more time. But yeah, we are living in the world of technology, and I'm totally ready for this. Shino, welcome. So I want to like emphasize this is all in the perspective of moi, Ran, Insanity, Tsukiha, and my experiences in corpo VTubing versus like not being corpo, basically. Like this doesn't specifically strictly apply to VTubing as a whole, but like content creation and like doing things yourself versus having a corpo backing to help support you and your content creation. So, given that small spiel, what is the main difference between indie content creation and corporate VTubing? Like, I think we should probably start with that question before we deep dive into some of the like nitty-gritty stuff that happens behind the scenes as a VTuber. So, what do I classify as indie content creation? I think anyone can be an indie content creator. When you're starting out, you don't really have that like corpo support unless like different circumstances happen and then you start off with corpo backing. But most of the time, if you are not part of an agency or have any like managers or anything, you're technically classified as like an independent, right? The term indie comes from independent content creator. And that can involve a lot of different things, right? You can be like just tweeting. If you have a VTuber model and you're just tweeting, you can be a content creator that way. If you have like a TikTok and you post only TikTok videos, that you can be a content creator in that way. But I think the big difference is like being a corpo VTuber, like you have that support, you have that management support, you have that like company that you're basically under in order for you to like make your content and like being able to kind of balance between what you're looking for in your content creation versus like what the company's looking for. And yeah, it's very, very, very it's like any other job, honestly. It's like any other job. You gotta apply for it. Or you get scouted. There's multiple ways, but it is, I don't think it's very much different than like a day-to-day job in terms of like rules and requirements and the stuff that happens behind the scenes. Technical aspect is, we can cover technical aspects of VTubing on a separate day, unless there's like super quick questions that you want to put in the Q&A, which I will save for at the end. But in general, I think a lot of these questions involve like just what happens behind the scenes. So that's what we're gonna cover in. Kaya-chan! Kaya-chan, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome everyone. We're just getting started. We haven't deep dived into anything. We're just about to get started. And also, I named my spider Carl. my tenant who is not paying money. My spider tenant. But welcome everyone. Also, Carl with the C. Carl the spider lives somewhere in my plant, and I am afraid of him. But we are, stay tuned for the end. We're also going to be doing an archived a cappella mini karaoke session at the end because we reached the 5-day streak for daily donations. That's what's up and coming. But yeah, we're just about to get started on what some of these questions that people have submitted. He's more afraid of me than I am of him. Nah. I think it's very bold of Carl to just like live in this room. Knowing that I, Ran Insanity Tsukiha, will smash him to smithereens. I don't think he's afraid. He's bold. Also, hopefully Carl is a male spider. I do not want spider babies. I've seen like whatchamacallit, little spider balls? Like the white balls. You know how spiders are like, they put their babies in a giant ball, right? I've seen those balls before and I've seen them hatch, and I am not excited for that if it is actually That spider's baby's hatching in motion. That's what happened to me too. It was in the kitchen though. Oh my god. It was in the light in the kitchen and I was like, oh my gosh, my food is gonna have spiders in it. Everything's gonna have spiders in it. Is insanity an actual part of my name? I'd like to think so. I like to think it's my middle name. I'm pretty sure it's my middle name. You vacuum. But what if you missed one? If you missed one, it's game over. Game over. And they're so fast and they're so small. Holy. Oh my gosh, no. My life is flashing before my eyes. Ran Insanity Violent Tsukiha. Yeah, I have a lot of middle names, but I think the most common middle name is Insanity. Marshmallow. Answering marshmallow questions. Mallows. So, the first one. Bloop. Oh gosh, this zooming isn't really working. Wouldn't I want to be a Spider Woman? I mean, Spider-Man is cooler, but I mean, Spider Woman. What would I do with Spider Woman's powers? Would I just like stick to the wall? I don't think that's gonna help me much with VTubing. But no, that means how would you clean up all of that stuff? Oh, I was Spider-Man. Yeah, Spider-Man came. Spider-Man went away. Do whatever a spider can. Lay egg balls. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Okay, so the first question, guys. The first question. How do you make the most out of the resources you receive from being in a corpo? To make sure that you are getting your fair cut of the deal. So, what I guess the question is like, what are the resources that you even get as a corporate VTuber? Now it depends on, it really depends on the agency or the company that you're under. But I think a lot of agencies have like a manager of like a CEO kind of position where they kind of like there's day-to-day managers and larger managers that manage the managers. That's what I wanted to say. So time manager as well as like monetary incentives that you get as a corporate VTuber, they're all part of the package, right? I think the most important thing to know is that like because you have like I always like try to like maximize like the budgets that I'm given for like planning ahead like a couple of months ahead in terms of like content. In terms of like working with my manager, I like to kind of discuss like what kind of games I want to do, what I'm looking for as a talent. Like it's a two-way street. I want to say it's a two-way street. Like make sure that you actually utilize and like actually like question like have questions for your manager, like say like be specific on like what you want to do as a VTuber. So like compared to like an indie like content creator in general, you don't have this like extra person, or like you most of the times you're alone on doing everything, right? So that means like you gotta plan all of your streams. You don't really, I mean, you usually don't really have someone to like bounce ideas off unless you're part of like a friends group or something that you're all doing VTubing with. And as well as like you have this network of other VTubers, right? As like if you're in an agency, you have a network of VTubers who may or most likely will have more experience than you coming into like coming into the company as like a new generation or something. So make sure you should get to know everyone. even though I up to your own comfort level, honestly, like try to push your boundaries a bit, like try to make sure that you are at least familiar with everyone. But most importantly, actually like have a strong connection with your managers as well, because I will get into more like details about like management and stuff later, but that it's super helpful if you're open in that way. Let's see. So that's this question. Whoop. But like, if you are not like, well, I guess I can go into that detail in the next. There's a couple of marshmallows that have like pretty similar topics, so I might like duplicate some of this stuff in a bit. I might like repeat myself depending on what the marshmallows are asking. I've always wondered, do corpo VTubers get paid just for streaming, or is it income more just from donos, super chats, and revenue? So, and I'm gonna slap this comment too. This was from a community reply, which are their required hours. They're kind of related. So this depends. All of these depend on your company, the company that you're working with, as well as what's written in your contracts. So, make sure to like go through and check that the contract has these points. Like it's pretty important, okay? if like when you're deciding whether or not to like sign, make sure like these things are actually written out and it's not just like verbatim. Like it has to be written out somewhere, because it really does depend. It can depend on this is very general. It can depend on like the talent themselves, depending on like what their specialties are. But in the case of production kawaii, the talents have to make, like, the talents do not have like base salary, but like they make money through the super chats, donations, and ad revenues. Because there's like a difference between like salary, like a salary versus being a contractor. And this is like very, very, very legal terms. I am not a lawyer, but like that makes a huge difference in what type of contract you are signing. Like very, very similar to like any day-to-day job. For example, like if you're working, I don't know, if you're working in a coffee shop or something, and you get a salary, that comes with extra benefits and like all the other tax shenanigans. Contractors, on the other hand, have different regulations and rules depending on where you are and like what. Yeah. It's a lot of nitty-gritty stuff related to like legal things. So, so yeah, so that kind of sums it up in terms of like whether or not corpo VTubers get paid like a lump sum versus like everything through donos and super chats. Just let me know that Streamlabs give more than supers. Yeah, there are different cuts depending. It also depends on what's written in your contracts. There's different cuts for different things. There could be different cuts with different things. Yeah. Are there specific hours? In terms of specific hours, there probably is like a minimum usually in the contract. But like, of course, because you are getting like donos and like ad revenue and stuff, like it's more beneficial to stream longer and like stuff like that. But it also depends on your schedules. So one important thing I asked and like had to like double check when I went through auditions, and like in that sense, I always had to double check like what the schedules are like in terms of like duration of stream and how frequent the streams are, and like if there's any like other rules around it. So yeah, that totally depends. Like some companies would be like, oh, you just need to stream like, I don't know, give me a random hour, 40 hours per month. But some of them like might require like each week you have to do like at least like, I don't know, 10 different streams with like 1 hour each or something like that. So these things are pretty set in stone in your contract. And yeah, it honestly just like depends. Okay. Ooh, away. I gotta keep these like finished marshmallows in a different place than the ones I haven't done. Oh. As a contractor, it's easier to evade taxes. I cannot give you any lawyer-y advices and stuff. But yesn't. Do your taxes properly. Do your taxes properly. Oh yeah, mandatory twits. You might not. Oh yeah. Thank you for the reminder, Pierre. Sometimes your contract might include other activities. So like, in addition to streaming, you might be required to participate in like meetings. I will get into that later. Meetings, or like you need to be like tweeting or like upload shorts. Like it depends specifically to your contract, but there could be additional terms, or like being present in like conventions and stuff. Like there could be situations where that's also written as part of your contract. And just make sure you understand how much time it will take, because like for any like one stream that you see on YouTube, there could be like multiple hours in preparation or like planning that's involved outside of streaming. So like, for example, if someone streams let's see, I mean, like I have to start like scheduling stuff. I like to schedule stuff 1 month in advance. That's how I do it. I kind of pick out the days that I'm available to stream, and then like how long I have to stream it, and like what kind of activities per stream. And these things I also discuss with my manager as well. And then in addition to that, I also have to like promote the streams through Twitter or like some other social media. These aren't like specifically mandated, but depends on the contracts and stuff. Yeah. This one is pretty. Actually, no. Let's do the shorter one first, and then show you the super long. The super long soup. Not super. These aren't supers, unfortunately. What do you do if you join a corpo and draw an audience demographic you are not comfortable with? Is it okay to go to a different direction than expectations, to change your audience demographic over time? Or what about those who disagree with your change of direction? So this is kind of talking about the stuff that you create, right? Like, I think, when you go join a corpo, like even when you're auditioning, for a Vtuber agency in particular, I think it's really beneficial for you if you have some sort of idea already. Like, the more confident you are in like what kind of audience demographic you want to build up, I feel like that's pretty beneficial to your audition. So coming into like an agency, I would expect, or like you should have some expectations of like what you're looking for, right? It also depends on your agency as well, right? Like some agencies might be like targeting out a specific demographic. Some of them might just be like more open to any like to like your creating your type of content. So it really depends. But in terms of production kawaii, the company actually like tries to encourage each one of us to like create our own content and niche. There's no forced demographic that we're like specifically focusing on. Of course, like I think that makes it like pretty not freeing. Freeing is not the right word. But like it comes at a price to like if you have like some sort of idea what kind of demographic you want to draw versus like you have absolutely no idea and then you end up drawing something that you're completely like not very interested in. That's two different situations there. Your manager would be able to help you like steer you in a direction that you want. But like I think like it does take time. You're not expecting like day one to have like this is exactly what I'm going for. I want only people who like butter to join my streams. Like I mean like you can try to like announce to the world like I only want people who like butter come to my streams. But like if the stuff you're doing is not the same things that people who generally like butter, I mean like if you're saying I want butter but you're only showing like vegetable clips, I'm not sure if people who love butter will join your content who's just like talking about veggies. You can always speak on fans. You don't have to say what's uncomfortable. Many people have gone through that gimmick to have an audience only to switch away from it. Yeah, exactly. Like, for me, I want a very like open, positive community. I think I try to convey that both in like all the content that I do as well as like just like my general persona. So I think in that sense, like there isn't really any like very strict restrictions compared to it. What about people who BM on TCGs? Well, just don't BM in Yu-Gi-Oh! I will encourage you guys to not BM in Yu-Gi-Oh! Specifically. But if you're feeling that you're getting a lot of pushback about like the direction, maybe the corpo isn't a fit for you, right? Like it's a two-way street. I always like want to emphasize how you have to put in the effort to make it what you want it to be. A lot of it is also finding a comfortable niche for yourself with streaming and what you enjoy. So that has to be taken into account. Yeah, I think one thing I always look forward to my streams. Like I'm always really excited to like go to the next chapter of like a game or something because I only do that on stream and I like stuff that I look forward to like share with you, basically. I think that's very crucial. Like I'm sure you understand like how giddy I am when we find like a crane game where like we're pulling for gacha and stuff. Like that just sparks joy in my heart. And I'd love to find like others who are very interested in this area too, right? There will always be people who might be like not super positive about your content, but like I mean, I think it's better for like your mental health as well if you're not focusing on the negativity. I think, like, what's it called? Daily affirmations and stuff like that. Like, you gotta get into the groove of positivity. Because like, otherwise, I don't know, it might not be good for your mental health. But yeah, if you feel like the stuff that you're doing in a corpo is not like right for you, remember you're under a contract of like X length. Yeah, burnout can happen. Like if stuff like this happens, like maybe request for a hiatus. Like if you aren't feeling comfortable, make sure like your management knows what's up. Like they're there for you. They're always there for you. Positive affirmations video. I mean, I would love to do that. That is actually a stream idea. That is a stream idea that me and my manager have been talking about. If you trip over 3 different rocks on the same day, don't worry. Tomorrow will be a better day. Tomorrow you won't be able to trip over any more rocks. So I just want to like super emphasize that you should know, you will have a feeling of knowing like what's best for you at a certain point, and if you think that staying with your corpo can like allow you to pursue your passions that way, then I mean, by all means, work with your managers, work with everyone to get there. But like, if you feel like there's a lot of disagreements or like you're not comfortable, make sure like you understand you are under like a contract, and contracts have lengths, and yeah, there's always renewal. Well, there might not always be renewal periods based on my job outside of VTubing. Sometimes they're like a certain lengths, and then that's it. But make sure to have these discussions. Make sure to have these discussions with your management team. You're doing a great job, Wan. Thank you, King. Thank you. And yeah, I'll ban the bad apples. You won't want the bad apples to be like. Or bad grapes. I had really bad grapes. I had one bad grape, and now like it's spreading to the rest of the grapes in my fridge. I'm like, darn it! I missed this grape. I need to throw it out, otherwise all the other grapes are not going to be crunchy anymore. So yeah, save your grapes. Save your grapes. You want to make sure all of your fans are crunchy. Gotta get that crunch. I like crunchy grapes. Actually, no, that's a lie. I like muscat grapes, but they're not crunchy. Hold on a minute. I also like crunchy grapes. Okay, this text is pretty long. I might just like split this in half. I might just. Wait, I'm gonna cut this in half and then just like show the rest of it here. I'm a genius. Look at this. Look at this. Feel Yu-Gi-Oh fans are super loyal. Like Nova audience always stays high despite having less than 100k. I mean, even if there's just one person watching my streams, I will do my utter best. Utmost. I'm so bad at words. I will still do my utmost best to make that one person entertained. So because that's what brings me joy. So darn it! Did I ruin it? Did I ruin the cheesy moment? Utmost. Okay, not utters. Go away, cheese. I'm not buttery for a reason. Oh. Oh, you can't really see it. My hair is in the way. Darn it. Okay, I'm gonna try to read this out. Hope I'm having a good day. I am having, it's kind of hot right now, but I'm having a good day. Being simmered in the sauna. Surrounding management, I realize this will vary from company to some extent, but could you let us know a bit about how management is done in corpos from the streamer side? Ideally, I'd like information on the cadence and length of meetings, purpose, how they help you as a streamer, compared to like when you're doing things on your own. And then there's like some examples here, like is it how long the meetings, or like what happens when you're doing collabs and stuff. So for me, there's like 1 hour meetings in a bi-weekly, like twice every month. The word bi-weekly and bi-monthly screw me up so much. Twice per month, there will be 1 hour meetings. Help me. Where this is the time where we kind of go over during like the progress that's happening, like what's up and coming, if there's anything that management noticed, whether it's like positive or negative things that are trending in the content. This is like a section of time. These meetings are used specifically for like one talent per talent, right? We each have these meetings. So during this times, they'd be like, oh, if there's like a particular, like, oh, we noticed like this stream is doing really well. Like, what do you think is happening here? Or like, are you playing a specific game that has like a pretty like big effect on like the statistics here? We get into like the nitty gritty stuff. Of course, it's sometimes a bit hard, like stats wise. It's not just like just blame YouTube sometimes. Some days are great. Like honestly, my shorts. This is like an example. My shorts, I don't do much difference between like one short or the others. But like sometimes it would go like 10k views and sometimes it's like 200 views. And I try to not think too much. Maybe the ones with like less views I can like re-upload at a different time. Maybe it'll work better. The algorithm changes like every like 2-3 weeks. So like if one period of time works and then like you do the exact same thing in another time, it might not work. I'm also trying to figure this out, so there's no saving me. I just gotta keep putting out content. Yeah, the algorithm is a cruel mistress, it's true. It giveth and taketh away. My shirts have been great, very unique. Thank you! I really enjoy working with my editor for it, Yuffie. It's really fun creating the scripts and stuff for all these like little tidbits, because I feel like, I don't know, some these things interest me. Hopefully it gets across to like people who might not know some of these informations regarding like Tokyo or some other otaku stuff that I also noticed. So but yeah, so these meetings are or like there's also like in these meetings there's also like heads up on like upcoming events and stuff. So that's in terms of meetings, that's what happens. But if you are comfortable working with your manager on like mini meetings or something, they're very open. I'm hiccuping, help me. Oh, like for me, I prefer to write things down. So for me, the meetings are more like asynchronous DMs, just because of like time zones and everything. That works better for me, but like you can always try to schedule like meetings, like video calls with your managers and stuff too. In terms of permissions, it really there's no like strict restrictions. Like most of the time when I'm doing like music covers and stuff, or like just like smaller collabs, I usually say like, hey, I'm thinking about doing this music cover, or like I'm thinking of collabing with this person for like a stream or something. And most of the part, they just want to be in the loop. They just want to know like what the talents are doing. not so much on a day-to-day basis, but like just like understand like what the situation is. So a lot of the stuff you do yourself, actually. So for me, a lot of the music covers, I find the artist like these things you can also ask your manager if you need help with these things, but I try to find most of the instrumentals, most of the video work or the art stuff for music covers. I kind of work on it. Like I search out people and ask. But for anything bigger, it has to go through management to make sure like there's the right permissions from like every party involved. Especially if you are not paying out of pocket, like if it's like a large collaboration and you're not like paying out of pocket and stuff. I haven't done it yet, but like you will need to get permission from management to do anything like that. In terms of like large collabs, the fun, like all of the like big collabs that have been done is like kind of managed by management in that sense. They'll help like find time and sort out like the scheduling and stuff. So bigger projects like that, management is pretty deeply involved. So I think like, in terms, what was it? Resources, in terms of like the resource question and like alongside with this question, like for merch and stuff, I always try to like give a lot of input. Management is very open to suggestions and try to work things out. Yeah, they try to work things out to see like what's feasible. I spoke a little bit about like how I'd love to have an umbrella as a merch, but I know that would absolutely be a pain to create as merch. So you just kind of work things out. You just kind of work things out with management in that case. What else? For permissions and stuff for like games and stuff, if you're able to like find the permissions for specific games, it will help a lot with management. Usually I only reach out if I can't like personally find any stream permissions or like content creating regulations that a gaming company already uploaded somewhere. Sometimes they'll have to like reach out to them to get permissions. So it depends on the games and stuff too. It's a two-way street, yeah. Yeah, I think it's like all of this is basically saying it's a two-way street. As an indie creator, you're the only one talking to yourself. So it's a two-way street with yourself most of the time. But if you feel stuck as a corpo VTuber, like you have that extra support from management to try to help you like solve things out. Permissions for music is just so hard sometimes though. Would love to practice cane martial arts with Rambrella. I would love a Rambrella, please. I would love one that you could just like pull it out and it's a sword. Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool. Maybe I'll just mock one up in Blender or something so that I would have a version of it in existence in my head. Oh my gosh. So this is kind of tied to like music stuff here. What's the process for VTubers when releasing an original song? Is there any difference when it comes to corpo versus indie aside from managerial support? How can corpo VTubers release original songs when they debut? Seems risky if they haven't debuted yet. These things you will need to discuss with your manager in terms of IP and everything. Like it depends on the company as well. I don't know if I can get too nitty-gritty into like the details involving contracts with IP in this sense, but in general, so for example, if I want to do an original song, a lot of it I will have to kind of do on my own. Basically, I mean, like making the song itself and like working with whatchamacallit, artists. I want to call instrumentalist artists, original song makers and stuff. Like, it's not that different than asking someone for an instrumental cover of a specific song. The only difference is like whether or not it has an existing creation involving that, because there's also like once you release the song, there's also gonna be like where it gets released, like Spotify, for example. Like there's a lot of like different things involving different parties. Some contracts around. Contracts all around, basically. Because like you need to consider the person who created the music. This is not like specific for VTubing, but just like in general, when you're working with people with music, you need to make sure like licenses and everything are a-okay on all aspects of the board to get it released. So not an original song, but like for covers and stuff, I also have to make sure like the song I'm covering allows you to make covers of the song. You can't necessarily use the original instrumental that came with it. You might need to pay an extra licensing fee. That could happen. So most of the times I just kind of work with instrumentalists who already made a cover, and I ask for permission from them. Or if I commission someone to do a specific version of an instrumental. Yeah. I still don't understand why some of them don't appear on YouTube Music. Could just be like the licensing things there, so. Even if everything is like a-okay in the permission side, sometimes specific sub-sites are not allowed. I don't know. It gets tough there. That's the plus to management. They can reach out and contact people for you. Super, super, super helpful, especially when you have like Japanese artists and stuff that you want to work with. Because I am not super, super well versed in written formal letters to artists. When I searched up YouTube videos for this, it's like apparently you need to have like very specific messages, like phrases and stuff that you use. Thank goodness for management reaching out to these people for me, because I sure might accidentally offend someone. Eep. Eep. Yeah, so like Ren's guitar solos will be in the covers. I should practice my guitar. My fingers are feeling better again, so I can still practice the four chords, 4 or 5 chords again. But yeah, super, super, super fun stuff. Okay, well, what other questions are there? Let me keep pulling them up. I think this is more like audition related. How do talents in a group go about choosing their models? Does management choose or which suits which model best, or do talents pick who they want? If the latter, what happens if more than one talent wants a single model? So, I'm not gonna put too specific here, but I have auditioned for more than one place. I mean, like, so I do have some experience, just like in the general auditioning phase for corpo VTubers. Sometimes when you audition, these are like in the forms, like in the initial forms and stuff. Like sometimes you specify like if you have a certain model silhouette that you like or something. Sometimes, like auditions, they usually ask for like a voice sample. And then based off of your voice sample and your overall like tonality and everything, management will give you a suggestion. It really depends on the entire auditioning process. But usually they will have like some certain vision for you. And it just goes into sorting. Like, I mean, even outside of VTubing, when you're applying for jobs in general, like you try to, like, to your best of your abilities, showcase like what you're good at, and at the end of the day, it's like the management team decides like whether or not you are a fit for the company. Sometimes you're lucky; they'll be like, "Oh, we like you more than I don't know, goji berry over there." Like your set of skills, and then you get the rejection letters from companies who be like, "We are so sad we chose someone else for like a better fit." Like that also applies to auditioning for Corpo. Ultimately, you the person will make the model your own through your personality. Yeah, I honestly think like it's hard to, like, just for us three in Hana Mizuki, I think it's really hard to imagine us like voicing each other. Like to a certain point, it's just hard to think that, right? So it kind of just happens in that sense. Sometimes in the auditioning process, you get to see all of the models. You get to like kind of like propose, be like, I think I work well with this model. Here's why. And you try to the best of your ability appeal. It's like in Pokemon. It's like in Pokemon contests. You try to appeal. Appeal. But yeah, it's a fit at the start and then a mutual journey. Classic job hunting moments. It's so true. I honestly, like, Corpo VTubing is like any other job. Gotta devote time, like invest in like company. Understand it's like a two-way system. April Fool's voice swap. Are you sure you don't want to hear like some other, like Carl? You sure you don't want to hear Carl instead? Yeah, poor Goji Berry. Poor Goji Berry decides to move on to go audition for another coffee company. Sadly. But like there are some other companies out there where the model hasn't been like fully decided. Like the talent gets a say into like what they want their model to look like. It depends on the company. There are some cases where agencies take on indies in their original forms. Those are not common. Yeah, there's also places where, yeah, you can audition and with your existing IP. Can I say how much influence I had on my current model? I'm not sure how much I can say about it. I'll probably need to get back to you. We'll put it on the back burner for now. Defer it to a later date. I need to double check how much I can say. But I can say, I don't know how much I can say, honestly. I'm pretty, let's just say I was pretty late into the process. Let's say let's say that for now. I mean, it's no, I think that's good. I'll get back to you on that. Mark it as a P2. Okay. But yeah, some places have like, some places when they're showing their models, it doesn't necessarily mean they're doing like one batch of auditions. they might be considering people for like multiple generations or something like that. I mean, for my auditions, you guys saw the silhouettes for that audition, right? So when Hana Mitsuki came out, I don't think any of us fit in with those silhouettes. So and here we are now. But I would kind of caution, if given the opportunity to bring in your indie IP. This is just a general thing. This is not like particular to any like contract or anything, or any like auditioning process in general, but make sure to understand the licensing that goes through the IP. Regarding ownership, regarding ownership and IP, because like even for art and stuff, like if you're commissioning artists, sometimes they still own the art that you commission, right? Sometimes they still own it, and then sometimes you can buy out the ownership, and at that point the IP fully belongs to like the company. So it depends on the contract in that sense, but it's the same way with like commissioning artists and stuff. Did you know that Skeb is like technically the artists still own like all the rights to the artworks and stuff, so they can technically use your works in published books and stuff. I learned that like the other day. So it depends on the contracts though. You actually seen Tomo's and Nano's model silhouettes prior to seeing the ones, right? Yeah, Hana Mizuki, yeah. Beta tested Ron used a mochi mallet before using a sword. Mochi mallet would be pretty fun to play with. I love the sound it makes. Also, who doesn't like to run around with a giant hammer like in Super Smash Bros? And then, more question. Themes you can hear. Oh my gosh, and then oh my gosh, I want to play Smash Bros now. Oh. Do you think corporal life hinders the ability of a VTuber to properly interact with their community? We know there's some rules and guidelines in some corporals that may seem a bit too strict or restrictive for the talent's ability to interact with the fans. So, I like, what was it called? Darn it, my train, hold on. 1 second, guys, 1 second. Let me roll back. I like restrictions because it actually helps creativity. Now I'll put that on a t-shirt. Rules are there for a reason. Management, I don't think management will put rules nilly-willy. Like, they have a reason for putting rules, and sometimes if you're questioning some of the rules, sometimes you can ask like for a clarification and stuff too. It's not like that's it. This is it. This rule, you can only stream League of Legends only at 3 a.m. in the morning. It's like, okay, but why? There's no such rule like that. Okay, guys, there's no such rule to play League of Legends exactly at 3 a.m. But like, make sure you kind of understand going into an agency that there are these rules and restrictions. Make sure during your audition phase to ask about these certain things, because that actually will affect like what type of content you will end up making, right? Restrict me for creativity. I think it actually helps, like, because like otherwise I have so many ideas, right? There's so many ideas that I want to do, but without like some of these rules in place, like how am I supposed to like pin down to a specific like thing I want to do for a stream or something? In specific for kawaii, there were some rules that changed for a bit for the better, and with the talent's feedback. Yeah, management is very, very perceptive. No, that's not right. Respective? Oh god, English is hard. They're very open for talent's feedback. Like I've also like asked a few things to management. I'll be like, respectful, that's the word. Not perspective, respectful. Ugh. I love English, guys. Receptive is also a good word too. Gosh darn it. There are some things that I've asked management, like, is it possible to do this, or like, can we make it like this? And sometimes it does take a while for them to come back with an answer, but I've never had non-answers for answers. Like, it's either yes, we can do it because blah blah blah, or like no because blah 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 blah. So always question. Always raise up issues. The earlier the better, honestly. Like, it's helped me for some of my content as well, so I need to be faster sometimes, okay? I need to be how slow I was into like doing infinite craft. Like, that's I should have. I'm so slow with what's it called? Memes? No, that's not it either. Darn it, my brain's just not loading. Trends. Exactement. Thank you. Trends, not memes. I like memes. Sometimes I'm a little bit slow to trends. Because I guess like one issue I have is like I plan everything 1 month in advance. So like I'm like, oh, I don't really want to move this trip. Like I thought about this like 3 weeks ago, and like if there's like a trend coming, oh man, I should probably open up a little bit more in terms of that. But oh yeah. So I for myself, I don't think there has been that like I at least like for now, I still don't feel that restricted in terms of like communication with like my fans and everything. I should probably use more of that YouTube community tab. The conflict of being set or being flexible with your schedule. This is an issue that happens both in indie and corpo. If you're an indie content creator, it's very, very beneficial to have a schedule, and I would highly recommend it, regardless of whether you're not an indie or a corpo, to set a schedule for yourself and for your fans, so they know what they know when to expect things from you, because that actually helps set like the overall community, right? I'm always looking forward to Friday afternoons, because like a couple of my favorite YouTubers upload during my Friday afternoons, and you're kind of like expecting it, and like 1 week they're not here. I'm like, oh my gosh, where did they go? Oh, what happened? And then they like disappear for like, I don't know, 2-3 weeks, and then they come back on Tuesday saying like, sorry guys, I went on break. And I'm like, I missed you. So yeah, consistency is king. And it's important to like understand where most of your community lies. If like a bunch of your people are on Twitter, make sure to like inform them on Twitter. If they're like on YouTube, make sure to inform them on YouTube. Yeah. Whoop. Okay. Oh no. If I could bring one benefit from indie VTubing to corpo VTubing, what would it be and why? One benefit. I'm gonna also throw in this question that was also asked. What has joining a corporal allowed me to do and that you weren't able to do before, and what you are no longer able to do? So I think these two kind of fit together in this sense. What am I not allowed to do from before? What was I not allowed? I guess like some of the games that I used to like play, or like I still play but aren't really suited for streaming, like but there's always other ways to do it too. Like I think it's pretty obvious, like some games don't work as well as like streams. But that's not stopping me from like thinking about ideas of like making videos out of it or something. Like I could still probably squeeze out some content in some way. See, this is where the restrictions are actually helping me think about like alternative ideas for like different types of content. So yeah, perms is like one big thing. Like some game companies say like indies, you're fine to like stream and stuff, but if you're under a corpo, you need to make sure you go through the right hoops and hurdles before you get permission. Which also will affect the timing of things, right? Like speaking of trends, it might affect like how fast you react to trends if you're not given like perms on time. But that should not stop you from joining in on trends in other ways. So those are the like free tidbits of like how Ron's head works. Good example is Suica. Oh god. I still haven't played Suica, guys. I've played like other games that are similar to Suica, but I haven't played Suica yet. But yeah, that's one thing that would be a lot easier if there's like something similar to covering music. Because there are like websites that you can go to like check out music permissions and stuff. It's like a one-stop shop. If it's not available there, then maybe you have to go look a little deeper, but I wish there was something like that for games. What has joining corporate allowed me to do that I weren't able to do before? Probably just like a lot of the music stuff that I'm working on right now. I think like without the support, like one reason why I wanted to join Kawaii in the first place was being able to kind of pursue my passions in music and being able to do these like monthly covers and working with all these like artists that I probably would have never worked with if I didn't have the support from management. I think it's like a really good thing. Because otherwise I would be doing everything myself. I would actually like doodle. And then I would like mix horribly, and then I would make the video. I would slap the video and be like, yeah, it's done. Okay, next song. And then get burnt out really easily. So definitely very wow, what's the word? Happy is a very generic word here, but I'm glad. I'm actually like really glad that there's such support. Gotta meet you too, so it's a win-win. Heck yeah! You guys are so fun. You guys are so fun. Yeah, that's like one benefit. I think that covers all the questions I got. You guys didn't submit any questions in the Q&A. That's okay though. We can have time to move on to the. We still have a little bit more time. I have another stream coming. Heck yeah! So I'm just doing. Wait. Can I? I don't know if I can raid this one into the next video. The next stream, because that one's going to be unarchived. So I split this stream up so that this one can stay up, and then the next one, which was the perks for doing 5 streaks for daily dono. Thank you. Yeah. So that's why there's an additional one. The Q&A is anonymous. How do you put controversial questions? Oh dear. Oh, I guess there's one more question that was recently submitted. I can copy past that one. As a corporate VTuber with more people in the company, is it easier for you to reach out to any of the senpais than it is as an indie to just reach out to anyone and ask for help? I think that I think it depends on you as a person. Yes, for me it is easier. I'm a very shy girl. I'm not that outspoken. So honestly, just having like gen mates that I could just like freely chat with and spam stuff and fun senpais that I can share some fun stuff with too is definitely helpful. That surprises me. I'm not that outspoken. Nope. But I think being an extrovert actually helps a lot. Unfortunately, I'm not one. But being an extrovert as an indie is actually like really beneficial. So, but like I would encourage everyone who's just being an indie, who either wants to go into corpo VTubing one day or just like want to stay indie. Like you gotta step outside your boundary zone sometimes. If you want someone to tell you that, I'm not speaking for myself, okay? I'm not speaking for myself. If you want someone to tell you that you should step outside your boundaries sometimes, you should do it. Go do it. You want to make that music cover, go do it. If you want to reach out to someone who you want to collab with and they have like a completely like different amount of following than you, just reach out. Do it. Someone clip this and just do it. Just do it. It's like I don't think there is a negative thing like what's it called? In theory, there's no negative thing. Yeah, like the worst way they could say is no, but like there's no like negative points. It's just 0, right? From what I've seen, VTubers are all shy to reach out. Yeah, be subtly like liking other people, other VTubers like messages and stuff on Twitter is like a subtle hint that I want to collab with them. Me commenting or something and be like, yeah, I totally agree with you here. Heart. Oh my gosh. Like. Hi. Being rejected hurts for a moment, missing out on something good hurts longer. Yes. Very much so. Especially if you're like auditioning and stuff. Doesn't matter if it's VTubing, it doesn't matter if it's a day-to-day job. It's a day job. You'll be rejected probably way more times than like being accepted for the next round of auditions and like interviews. So yep. Hope I've been enjoying talking with the other talents. I have. I'm also pretty shy. I'm also pretty shy in the messages and the chats, but I will never back down from messages or anything. Because honestly, I think most of the people are like me, where I know I shouldn't do this, but like if people reach out to me, I'm like over the moon, so happy to talk to them. But like if someone doesn't reach out to me, I'll be like, oh, I should really reach out to other people. Me, for real, right? Yeah, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and if you try to shoot for the stars, you'll land on the moon, but if the moon isn't there, you'll still land on something. Sounds like I need a certain pink-haired queen to open me up. Reina-senpai. Reina-senpai's really fun to chat with. If you land on the moon, Kyle will greet me. Yeah. I'll just like crash land on the moon. I'll be like, sup, Kaya. I'm just chilling here. Can you shoot me up there again? Can you like somehow make me land on the stars instead? But don't land on stars, guys. They're a big ball of fire. I don't think you want to land on stars. It's a little dangerous. Hitori janai yo. Hitori janai. I'm not alone. But yeah, a lot of these like questions, I know I haven't like gotten much into like how to prep yourself to audition for being a corpo VTuber and stuff. That probably will come in a later video as part of this series, but I think there's just a lot of things that go behind the scenes that it's, unless like you speak out about it, it's pretty hard to like understand. So there's a lot of meetings, and for someone like, it also depends on the talent themselves, like whether or not they have VTubing as like their full-time job versus like they've got a day job as well. Scheduling is hard. And it's, I guess like it also depends on like what other commitments you have, like if you have like hobbies or other things that take up your time. These are all different factors that affect you as both as an indie VTuber as well as a corpo VTuber. Good thing my hobbies are gaming. The only stars I see are the ones in your eyes. Oh my god, that's too cute. That's too cute. Also, guys, where's my chocolate? Still waiting for white thing chocolate. I don't like white chocolate though. Give me 70 to 75% dark chocolate and I'll be okay. Inatama, thank you so much for the super! Those watching and not sub, yeah, please give Rod a chance. She's a great talker full of knowledge and just the right amount of dork. Thank you for calling me a dork, Inatama. Wait until 60% off tomorrow. Oh, that's true. That is true. Yeah, white chocolate's not even chocolate. But that's the only type of chocolate you can give to dogs because it's not chocolate. Miki, welcome! Thank you so much for the raid! Welcome! You ate my chocolate by accident? Oh my gosh, Alvin. Give me back my chocolate. I love chocolate. Miki, welcome! We were just going over some, like, questions about being an indie content creator versus, hold on one second. Versus being a corpo VTuber. We're kind of going through the nitty-gritties. So we're technically wrapping up for the karaoke session, actually. But if there's any like super last minute things, otherwise I will set up the karaoke. Kane, thank you so much for the 15. Please use this to get chocolate for yourself. Thank you. I'll see what kind of chocolates I can get during the weekend. Wait, if it's 60% off, hold on. I'm terrible at math, so if it's 15 15 times well, was it 15 times divided by 0.6. No, don't divide by 0. Holy, 15 divided by 0.6. $25. So I can buy something that's $25. Push through 2 questions. Okay, let me check. Okay, how do you tell the difference between personal growth and company growth just funneling you and other people's viewers, and how do you come to terms with people not coming during overlap? As a content creator, or just like YouTubers aside, I think one thing that you need to consider is, you are... There's no doubt that sometimes you're like fighting over like the attentions of like a general audience, but for me, I wanna be able to grow my audience so that there's like how do I want to phrase this? It's like, it's not overlap in a sense, but I want to make sure that the people who are visiting, who are taking their time during the day to like come visit my streams, to like be there for just like my content. It's okay if you're not able to like come during the streams. If you're checking it out like during the VODs, I really appreciate that too. Anything helps with the algorithm, honestly. So in a sense, like for me, personal growth, I think, means being able to see the audience who actually comes like appreciate the content, and like I want to, by the end of the day, make you guys have a good laugh, have a good like mood after the stream. For me, I don't really pay much attention to the what is it called? The overlap, because I think content rise like just the size of the pie, since today is Pie Day. You shouldn't be fighting for the same pie, right? You should be... Well, darn it, did I mess up? No, I messed up the saying. It's like, shouldn't be fighting for the same slice of pie, but you should look towards the pie being larger. Something like that. There's a saying like that, guys. Guys, there's... Guys, help me out here. Because how many people are in the world, guys? Can I just have some pie? Some pie. I want some pie too. Don't fish in a red ocean. That one I've not heard of before. Red ocean as in like, it's a dead ocean? A collection of wise sayings by Tsukiha. Don't forget the insanity. I need that in there. Find a blue ocean to fish in. Yeah, basically, content creation, in like my thoughts and stuff, you're not really trying to focus on grabbing like the same people. Honestly, like for like my niche, aka work with your managers on this, identifying this niche and understanding like where your content fits in with like the rest of the entire YouTube ecosystem is more beneficial than thinking like, oh, I'm kind of fighting for the same like pie. Cause like you see like a bunch of people watching like a 10 million subscribers channel, right? But like there's definitely overlap with them watching like other people too. So but sometimes you have like a 10 million person subscriber that you have never heard about. And you're just like, what the heck? How come this person is so big on YouTube and I've never heard of them? That's because they're different. They're just larger pies. Different pies. As a wise man once said, pi r squared, no pi r round. Don't deny our r squared pie, guys. Yeah, what I'm trying for is to grow the pie. Yeah. Literally, Mr. Beast, last year I had no idea who he was. There's actually so many Japanese content creators that are over like 10 million people in subs. And I've never seen them in my life. If none of my like English speaking VTubers like ever interacted with them, I would have never known about them. So there's opportunities. There's opportunities, and VTubing by itself is just like one way to make content, right? It's you're only pigeonholing yourself if you define it as such. Philosophical questions with Ron. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would enjoy VTubers. They just don't know it yet. Yeah, because I think it's just like VTubing is one method of content creating. Okay, last question, then we will bounce over to karaoke. Well, mini a cappella karaoke. As a corporate VTuber, you feel it's easier to make friends with other corporate VTubers? Do you sometimes feel like they might just be polite due to your company affiliation? How do you reconcile this? I generally, for me, when I'm making friends outside of kawaii, I think the reason is because we have something in common. Like I love to like, post, and reply to other VTubers Twitter stuff, because I am also passionate in like things that they're saying or stuff. So I think finding friends that way is a lot easier than just saying, oh, you are a corporate VTuber, therefore I must like you. Like, no, I gotta check out their content. I gotta like actually know them a little bit. Well, yeah, both are cute anime girls, and it's even funner if both of us would be like total nerds at something, and we could just like nerd on for hours. But it's similar to being an indie creator, right? Sometimes when you reach out, you kind of like chat and stuff, and maybe you don't feel that vibe. And maybe things just stay a little bit more formal in that sense. But sometimes when you end up like bouncing ideas off of each other, maybe that'll grow into something more. So, yeah, I should do that more. Okay, let's move on to the other thing. Can I hold on? Can I let me double check if I can raid. If not, I will send the link on the thing. Turtle nerd, me perish the thought. Let's all be nerds together. Why not? I like being nerdy. I like sharing all of my otaku stuffs. Tell me more about Kamen Riders. Oh my god. Maho Shoujo's just tokusatsu. But yeah, I will be moving on to it's gonna be a vertical stream. An archive vertical stream that I'm gonna raid over, and then swap over some of my OBS settings. Pray that it works. If not, I will still use the same live stream link. It might not end up vertical. Just let me know. I won't say bye around now because technically we are still streaming. So I will be back. I'll be back. Okay. I'll see you guys in like a couple of minutes.